Yo yo yo, Wheeler here. This is a update video. Because I haven't been updating at all these last 3 months. I have basically abandoned my Twitter. I haven't really even been on Discord or anything a lot recently. I've only gotten back online in full force like this last week or so. The reason for that is because I mentioned around the end of December, before I took time off, that I was going to be moving, and that move was very busy, and it left me without internet until basically the beginning of February, so I wasn't online much at all during that period of time. It was a lot of work. After that, I had basically lost all the wind in my sails, so I got a bit lazy, if I'm being honest, and ended up just kind of not really knowing when or what to stream. Because of that, I have been sitting down a lot recently, and actually just improving my abilities overall, I'd say. Working on art, music, stuff like that. Just being able to make better content for the channel. Because it was around midway into February that I realized that streaming as much as possible, as quickly as possible, was sort of distracting me from being able to do a lot of the stuff that I'd wanted to do. Specifically, in regards to the Shadow Mage playthrough, I'd always wanted to make some supplementary content like videos, guides, infographics, that sort of thing. And I didn't really have the ability to make those, or really even the idea of how to make those. And so, as sort of a statement moving forward, I'm probably not going to be streaming as much. Like, not every day. I'm probably going to be doing it for longer streams in general, just less often. And I may even like disappear for a week at a time just to like focus on being able to make things better, because I realize that I'm not very good at doing that. So I'm going to be returning officially on the 14th. That's why it's after this is being recorded. I'm recording this 5 days before them. On March 9th. I'm going to be working that whole time in between then and now on some of that supplementary content I'd mentioned. Specifically, I have 2 guides that I'm going to be putting out, hopefully before the end of the month. Although I may end up holding them out until I have more content finished, maybe just sort of dump it all at once when we're closer to the actual acquiring of the shadow spells. That's going to be a pet gear guide, as well as, not a pet gear guide, but a pet guide and a gear guide. Gear guide being where to grind it, what the best gear is, specifically free-to-play versions. Along with that, we're going to be having the official return stream where we actually are going to be going back into Wizard 101 and actually finishing Celestia. That's going to be probably at least 10 hours, maybe more, where we just go in and really work on making a lot of progress that we have been making for a bit. So that's going to be very exciting. On top of that, we're going to have a new background, a new model, new notifications, a lot of everything. Maybe even an overlay, even though I'm not really sold on those yet. I'm not sure if I'm going to have one, but I might. It depends on how I feel leading into it. So I also wanted to make this video just to kind of preserve the old stuff, because I might not be using it as much anymore. This old background, this old text style, this old model, it's going to be replaced by something new. And so we can kind of just look at this as sort of a nice little memory capsule thing. On top of that, a lot of stuff has also been happening not related to Wizard 101 in the last 3 months. I had mentioned a lot that I wanted to be able to incorporate Yu-Gi-Oh! Somehow into my streaming content, but I never really knew how, because there are a lot of different Yu-Gi-Oh! Programs and different ways to play it. People do like card pack openings, there's Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro if I want to play against people online, but I just really didn't feel like any of them were right. And I wanted to play Tag Force, which at the time seemed like the best option. But Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel has come out, and at some point within this month, I had ended up becoming completely addicted to it. Late February, like the very beginning of this month, I've just been playing nonstop. So we're definitely going to be getting a few streams of that. And also, I haven't touched Spider-Man at all since I last played. So that's also definitely going to be finished. So next week, count on us finishing Spider-Man, playing Master Duel, and really getting back into Wizard 101. Where we're going to be just basically spending next week finishing up all of the old content that we have going, and maybe working on planning some new stuff. Because once Spider-Man is finished, I'm not sure if I'm going to add immediately a new game into that slot, or where I'd be slotting it in. I'm not sure what I'll add at that point, or if I even will. It kind of depends. And so maybe I'm hoping for some feedback from you guys, and maybe we can work on that together. See what people actually want. Beyond that, though, we don't really have a lot in terms of plans. As I mentioned, we're going to be sort of slowing down on the whole streaming aspect. I'm just going to be streaming for longer, but for less, so I can work on some more stuff in the background. Besides that, though, I could just save all of the other weird stories and things that have been happening to me over these last 3 months for the actual streams, I suppose. So I'm looking forward to seeing you all then, and hopefully we can all have a great time together. Wheelie out, I guess. Have a great day, everybody.